everybody. Today is November 11th, Veterans Day. Veterans Day. So salute to all the veterans that did their time fighting for this country, fighting for the rights of us. I have my thoughts on what I feel about us going overseas fighting a war when we got a war here, but I always give respect to the vets. I don't give respect to what the fight is for, because America's fucked up in a lot of ways. But I give respect to the troops regardless, because they risk their lives for this country. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that like that. I'm not going to go no further with my thoughts on it, how I think America uses people, like they always done. But again, I want to give this day, I want to say a happy Veterans Day to all the vets. Take time and respect all the vets that served, whatever time they served, and they're still alive and they're doing well. And let's give a RIP to the ones that's no longer here. And let's keep them in our hearts, in our minds, and pay them respect as well. So you pass by a grave site, you salute them as well. When you're saluting whoever is there standing beside you, or whoever is not there, salute them. Okay, moving on to, listen, you already know about the rapper King Von, which I had no idea about before I heard about his death. He was signed to the Only Family label with Little Durk. They grew up as friends or whatever. I don't know. I keep hearing people say brother. I don't know if that was his brother or not. As I said, I'm beginning to, now videos and everything is circulating on what actually happened last weekend in the nightclub in Atlanta. He is originally from Chicago. He was just about to blow up. 2018, he came out. His official album was about to drop, but I think obviously they're still going to release it. It might already be released, but it's, as you can see clearly, it started off into a fight. It started off into a fight with another rapper. His name is Quando Rondo, and supposedly, all kind of speculations, and you can't believe everything you hear. I mean, only the people that were there actually know what took place. And as you know, like I know, when you leave a club, and all, just not even just leaving a club, fights happen so quick. And see, when you throw guns into the mix of that, and I left a comment on somebody, on one of the YouTube person's page, because like I said, a fight is a fight. Why does anybody feel necessary to have to take out a gun to shoot somebody? Now this man is dead. He's 26 years old. He had a lot more life to live. He has kids. You know what I mean? He was trying to do something different than the drill music. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, I don't even look at that as real music. And it's not a disrespect to anybody. It's just that music is like death row music. I'm not saying like death row music like the label. I'm just saying it's bound to get you killed, because they talk about real life stuff. They talk about what they did to somebody, what they're gonna do to somebody, or what happened to somebody, and and it involves killing. So here we go again. We're killing each other. We're killing each other over senseless shit. Now, supposedly, that Quando Rondo had made smart comments on tweets about King Von, you know, and then on top of that, you got this clown, Snitch Nine, laughing on Twitter about, first of all, ain't no man or woman's death funny, okay? I don't wish death on nobody, not even my worst enemy. Now, if I have to defend myself, that's a different story. But you know, Chicago rap has been criticized because of, I even heard that um, a few months ago, um, Chicago rapper Luke Fiasco had said something about that we not need to encourage this type of rap, but try to get them to stop doing this kind of rap because people are dying. And he watched people die, and you know, mix people made mixed comments or whatever on that. Um, but so many lives have been taken away in Chicago, period. And then these upcoming rappers, I mean, I mean, we all could speculate. Now, um, King Von's manager spoke on what happened. He was shot in the leg during this altercation, and he just thanked God that he made it. But obviously, he doesn't want to hear that the person he's managing didn't make it. You know, and a lot of rappers weighed in on it. T.I. made a comment about, you know, if you, what did he say? He said, if you watch what you say, or you can get murked. Now, to me, that's very uncool coming from T.I., because you ain't supposed to be about that, man. You know, a lot of people, whether you from the streets or not, man, that's not you. We get into this music to escape the streets. We don't want to be in those kind of confrontation. Now, time and time again, you see how Biggie died, you see how Pac died, you see how recently Pop Smoke died, you seen how Nipsey died, you see how, and it's the fact that they're rappers has nothing really to do with it. So don't put rap into this. It's just the same old shit. No matter how famous we get, we still have to deal with the same bullshit. And if we're not dealing with it from the cops, we're dealing it from each other. Why they even have words? Now, all of us seen the video where King Von came up to Quando Rondo and hit him, punched him, and did whatever. Like I said, a fight is a fight. I would rather prefer them to beat up each other than somebody ends up dead. I don't know nothing about them, but I do know that these are young black men that have an opportunity to change the world, make it better for their kids, make it better for their communities, and they out there fighting. We don't know what the reason is. Like I said, if the tweet, you know, the tweeting and all that, if it was based on that, why they got into the altercation. And then I'm hearing that here's a rapper that I heard a little about. I've seen him. His name is NBA Youngboy. Might have been involved with what happened to King Von. Also, then I'm hearing reports that his friends robbed him after they found out he was dead. What kind of friends are those? And apparently his girlfriend, Asian doll, spoke on his friends, that she stopped kind of dealing with him kind of in some ways because his friends were not friends, basically what she's trying to say. His friends didn't hold him down, basically. So I mean, we're hearing all kind of things. I'm hearing all kind of speculations on what happened to this young man. But as I said on the other video I did, it's just, I mean, there's got to be a point where we got to learn. This is why I don't like guns. There's got to be a point where we're not killing one another. Okay? We're fighting. We're fighting so that this doesn't have to happen. You know what I mean? But it still continues to happen. We're trying to make rights for us. We're trying to. It's a shame that that his son will never get to see his father again. Is Biggie's? I must quote what Biggie's mother said. No, you don't. They don't live by the gun. They only die by the gun, and that is what's happening. So I have no use for guns ever since I was a child. I went to a young, he had to be no more than 5 or 6 years old. I remember me and my sisters and brothers that were there, and my aunt, one of my aunt's friends, lost her son because her, apparently, and her boyfriend or his father, they got into an argument and the gun went off and it killed the boy. You see what I'm saying? So ever since then, I've always hated guns. I knew that, with all this craziness going on, I did think about getting one just for protection. But, I think that would be the only reason why I would really carry it. I wouldn't be a trigger happy person. I know me. I know I'm trying to be a better person. I know I had a bad temper and I'm trying to get rid of that. But RIP to this young man. And I'm tired to have to say that. Somebody needs to be the example. Something happens, it's like, okay, what is the problem? You know what I'm saying? We don't need to do this. We watch too many people die, man. Let's just bounce. Somebody should have said, yo, fuck this, man. Whatever issues, we got with each other, me and you face to face, man. Let's just talk about this, man. Why you talking about my name recklessly? Why you saying whatever you saying? Those two men should have talked. But apparently it must have been real bad for him to come up on him and start throwing blows at him. But a fight is a fight, and it should have just remained a fight. Why did people have to die? 3 people died, I'm hearing, over this bullshit. So that means people are losing their family members. In his case, he not only, a mother and a father not only lost their son or whoever's in his family, but sadly, again, like always, in most cases, another family lost a father. So now, this young man and his daughters will never get to see their father again. So this is how we should think when we get ready to do something. Like, we should use our head. But we don't. The hype and your so-called friends, if they really your friends, should be telling you, this ain't the mood, dog. We want to still make music. So now, Ron, what is his name? Quando Rondo shouldn't get on Twitter talking reckless. This man lost his life. No matter if y'all got in a fight or not, and I get it. There's a lot of clout chasers on there, as usual. But, as I said, RIP, the violence needs to stop. Okay? We talk about racism and we talk about everything else, but we need to stop killing each other as well. Okay? This is you get tired of hearing these type of things happen because people don't know how to use their head. Everybody's in a rage, and I can't say how things escalate quick. That's why we gotta think. Anybody that's been around fights, I done been around fights, I've been in fights, things happen real quick. And thank God that I am still here and nobody's ever pulled a gun on me. I had knives pulled on me, stuff like that, but I've never had a gun pulled on me. You know what I'm saying? So, by one cop, but that's another story. But I'm saying by somebody I got into an altercation with. But Um, we gotta look out for our people, man. That dude was a special dude. Obviously, he has a gift. He could have used that gift to help a lot of people out. He helped himself out. He got his, but somehow we always find our way back in that same hood mentality, no matter how big we get. And see, we got to remove ourselves from that shit, man. Like if you're gonna be in a nightclub like that, he had his boys, so-called boys, with him. He had his manager with him, and yet, doesn't this seem like something we already know? Look at the Biggie and Pac situation, and the reason why I'm comparing those things is because look, you got all these big people around that's supposed to be protecting you. I mean, like I said, things happen quick. It's like, yo, don't even go over there and confront that man. I mean, think about it. When Pop punched Baby Lane in the face, came up and punched Baby Lane in the face, that led to Tupac dying. We know who killed. They're talking about was an inside job. I don't want to get into so much into this Pac thing, but they talking about was an inside job, this and that. Now it was a gang-related activity. Nobody stopped Pac from hitting that dude, and he wanted to prove himself to Suge Knight. So what did he do? He went up and punched that man. That led to him dying, led to Baby Lane eventually dying because it was gang related. Okay, you knocked Pac off, we gonna knock you off too. It was a Bloods and Crips situation. This situation here, we'll find out what that's about. It took all these years. People already knew who killed Pac. But see, now with this situation with King Von and, you know, just the Nipsey Hussle situation, this other rapper that died, it was from Atlanta. He died at the studio. That happened about, what, a year ago or something like that? So it's this, there's so many stories like this, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like something has to give, man. We just got to move better, man. We just got to move better. If you have a problem with somebody, don't put it on wax. You got a problem with somebody, don't confront them with your boys. Because remember, you the one that have the career. You have the career. Some of them don't care now, but this man walked up on the other dude, punched him up, and somebody reached in their van and shot the man, and now he's dead. Now these kids are fatherless. Now this mother lost a son. This father lost a son, and so on and so on, man. But um, on a positive note, on a positive note, see, I knew, and I mentioned this to somebody, that this would possibly happen after having the Firm on Nas's album, King Disease. I said, yo, they should do another Firm album. So here you got it. Cormega, AZ, Foxy Brown, and Nas are going to do an album together. And now he's in the position where he can have more control over that, and everybody is their own bosses. Where he got Mass Appeal label that he has under, Dave East and another rap artist. And he's about to put a BET special out about drugs or whatever, about marijuana or whatever. I can't wait to check that out on BET when it comes out. So not only is he doing a Firm album, but he's doing an AZ and Nas album. That is long overweighted. Myself trying to get back in the studio and work on some stuff. I'll give you a further update on that. And I'm thinking about what artists do I really, really, truly listen to? Which artists do I really, truly, truly like and respect, even if I don't, you know what I mean? And their pain comes out, their joy, their pain. It has to be between, not between, but it's like what they mean to hip hop. You know what I mean? What they all mean to hip hop. Now everybody's giving Cube the heat, and they want to dismiss him and call him this and that because they're misinformed. But growing up, he was one of my favorite rappers because he spoke about the truth, especially when he became a solo artist. Rakim, for so many reasons, the dude could spit fire and not really curse. His flow was crazy, but you were educated. You know, it's kind of like what Nas does, you know, in some ways. But Rakim is the God MC. I've seen him on 2 occasions. Never got to meet him in person like some people, but he is one of them artists that should be in your top 10 list. He should definitely be on that list for so many reasons. Um, Pac, for so many reasons. People that say he's not that lyrical, he's not that. This man, and Eminem said the same thing, is one of the dopest songwriters ever because he was a poet and he was an activist. You know what I mean? So when he said something, you felt it. You know how he used to always say, feel me, or whatever. You really felt his pain. Whatever he rapped about, you felt it. You wanted to have a good time, you have a good time with him, get around. But if you wanted to be educated on some stuff, or he always gave love to the women, or keep your head up, and you know, other songs like that that really didn't get as much airplay. He did a lot of songs for women. But those artists, Scarface, um, I didn't listen to as many of his solo albums as I should have, but the ones that I did hear, I mean, to hear that he wrote, I'm not shocked that he wrote all the verses for My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me. I'm not shocked because he's a genius. He's a genius on the mic, and he's one of those artists, and that's why that's why they say it's not where you from, it's where you at. I mean, he was a perfect example on how South rappers can be lyrical, um, and spiritual at the same time. And keep our prayers up for him. He's doing well right now. Scarface, I'm talking about. And of course, you know, Biggie was super lyrical. You got Eminem, you got Nas, you got Jay-Z, and Pun, Ludacris. Rick Ross is an amazing MC, how he puts words together and how he brings you that energy. You know, so a lot of those guys are amazing at what they do. Shout out to Fat Joe. You may not put him in your top 10 list, but he's one of those artists that worked hard and he deserves that respect. I listened to a couple of his lately. I've been listening to a lot of his music from the back in the days till now. And, you know, supposedly he's retiring from rap or whatever. I don't know. But just shout out to him. Shout out to his show. I watch his show when I can. And again, R.I.P. to the baby's brother that committed suicide. See, mental health is something that we are talking about before, but it was never in the forefront in the black communities. Us to deal with so much depression, to deal with discrimination, to deal with so much on a day-to-day basis that in our community, you don't go to I'm not going to no shrink. I'm not going for counseling. We need to seek help. Seeking God is fine, but seeking professional help on this earth is just as good too. You can go talk to somebody, you know, somebody you trust. If you can afford to go to these therapists, if you can afford to go to a counselor or the preacher, if you trust your preacher, if you go to church, And yes, talk to God, but you need to seek as much help as you can. Like, we don't know what that man was going through, and mental health is very serious, and it does exist in the black communities, and it has existed in the black communities. So we need to take notice of that and try to make sure that our people get help. We all deal with some form of depression sometimes. Some of us are not going to admit it. I've dealt with many depressions, and you just got to seek the help. You got to seek whatever help you need to get you by, because remember that life is precious. Life is short. So we got to cherish the moments that we're here. Now, see, by him committing suicide, he is, left his family. So now that everybody's hurting. Everybody's hurting. And I don't, I think you could always save a life if you get to them the right way. You know what I mean? And that's basically it. And Trump, as usual, you have been defeated, okay? But you want to go, as they say, you have a right to check, they check to see if there was any voter fraud or anything like that. There is no voter fraud. You lost fair and square. So just take that loss and try to do something right with your life, man. I don't really got anything negative to say about this guy because he's already doing it to himself. And yeah, I should have probably got some sleep, but got a lot on my mind. So when I got a lot on my mind, it's hard for me to really sleep like that. So maybe I'll do a video tomorrow for y'all. But that's it for today, y'all. Y'all take care. Take care of each other. Stay positive. Don't pay attention to the haters, because the haters are really lovers secretly. Because if you're putting that much energy in somebody you hate, that means they must be on your mind. That means they have something you want, or something you wish you had, or something they're doing something you wish you can do, but you don't have the courage to do it. So that's what I'm saying. Or they just dish you to make themselves feel bigger. They want to bully you, or they want to talk down on you, because something about you is great. Something about you must be great to have them focus so much on you. So the haters are really lovers, secretly. I want y'all to keep that one in mind. That's food for thought again. This is your man D-CEE, and I'm out. Y'all stay blessed.